Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today for Monday morning, July 18th, 2022. I'm the man they call Meathead, along with Matthew Thomas. Matthew, how you doing there, brother?
I'm doing good. That was probably more enjoyable to me than the actual Elvis movie was, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No spoilers, of course.
It was okay. I just like.
It's one for mine, a two for show, or you get ready now, go. Sorry.
You know what? I think they miscast that role, man. I think you could have been Elvis in the movie, or at least given Tom Hanks a run for Colonel Tom Parker.
Gotcha. Do you know, honestly, my Elvis isn't even Elvis. We've talked about this on air before. I'm doing Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Hey there, little mama.
But hey, it works, man. It works. Oh, and it also it helps if you see the movie in a theater that actually has working air conditioning.
Viva Denver! Sorry, Denver didn't have air conditioning, huh?
Not theater number 4.
And you continue to watch the movie in theater number 4 with no air conditioning.
I wanted to see that movie, and
so what you're saying is you had sweaty butt cracks on seats.
Yeah. That's exactly what they were going for, man.
So was the movie going to be better if it had air conditioning?
That's the question. But I mean, here's the thing: like Elvis sweats a lot, so you can empathize a little bit more when you're sweating.
I guess so, man. I'll go down to the theater to get myself a peanut butter and banana sandwich. All right. Watch out, man. That's karate. I know kung fu. All right. Enough goofing around about the King and Tom Hanks and Colonel Tom Parker. Let's talk about the sponsor who clothes us, especially when we're sweating in Denver in theater number 4.
Yeah, collarandelbowbrand.com. As of right now, they don't have any jumpsuits, but you never know. You never know what kind of stuff Al's going to come out with. Collarandelbowbrand.com. Enter promo code Linda K. Saves you 10% off.
It could be a remake of 3,000 Miles to Graceland featuring Collar and Elbow.
Oh, yes, it could.
Al could be Kurt Russell's role or Kevin Costner's, either one.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the possibilities are endless there.
Yep, and we got endless news for you today on a Monday morning. Let's first start off with at AEW's Dark tapings over the weekend. A former NXT wrestler has made his AEW debut. His name is Parker Harland Boudreaux. He was last seen with Joe Gacy. He was last seen in Dallas on the grassy knoll.
He was.
Now,
I tell you what, man, that is unfortunately the place where a lot of people are seen last.
Yeah. Well, I mean, except for the pictures we saw from the guy with the speaker system, I saw more than I needed to see there. But Boudreaux, Harland, has debuted on AEW in one of the dark matches that'll be airing throughout the week.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly got a look to him, and it was kind of a very interesting departure from WWE. So no, I think he's definitely somebody that, and I think starting him off on dark's probably a wise decision. I don't think it's somebody you necessarily push to the moon at this point, but I look forward to seeing what they do with him.
Now, remember, this wasn't his first post-WWE match. Actually, it looks like after his release, he also appeared as part of Major League Wrestling, MLW's 40-man Battle Royal that was won by Jacob Fatu.
Interesting. Yeah, so we'll see what his AEW career has in store.
How about a little bit of WWE news? Kurt Angle had been filming a documentary, and now WWE's purchased the rights to it. Apparently, this is going to be airing at some point on the Peacock network.
Yeah, I mean, WWE does a good job with their work, and I mean, what they're doing with AEW or with A&E right now. I mean, WWE.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, I mean, they don't miss much when it comes to WWE, produced documentaries. So
not
look
only
forward to seeing
and documentations, but storytelling. I mean, they really do an amazing job.
No, without a doubt. So,
and then when you're watching Peacock, hopefully you have your air conditioning on.
Yeah. Hey, man, it makes you appreciate your in-home air conditioning.
I don't think Love and Thunder would have been as enjoyable if there was no air. I mean, if I was sitting in like a sweat lodge, with 50 other people, in their Snuggies, and then the air didn't work. I don't think that would have worked for me.
Well, the thing of it is, if you are watching a bad movie, and you overheat, I mean, it's possible that you hallucinate and it makes it better,
It is possible. All right, here's what's possible too. Let's talk about SmackDown from Friday night. And it was possibly one of the better promos I've seen on a Pat McAfee to open up the show. Your thoughts on Michael Cole introducing Pat McAfee like the big star that he is, and then McAfee cutting a promo on bum-ass Corbin?
Yeah, I think it was the best way to open up that I've seen in a long time. I mean, that guy is over, and that's not a role that you get necessarily with him in ring on the mic, especially to open up a show. So one of the best openings to SmackDown I've seen in quite a while.
I thought it was absolutely fantastic. What are your thoughts on Liv Morgan and Natalya? Liv Morgan is working her ass off in that ring, but is she getting over with the crowd? Is she staying over with the crowd?
I've heard reports, based on some live events and stuff, that she's getting a very positive response. More power to her. Meathead, she lands with me about where Bianca Belair lands with me. I just don't necessarily. I can't really get involved in any investment with her because the character just seems to be, hey, I'm happy I won. And it is very the way that she emotes. It's much like, how Rhonda has done for the first couple of years of her run, where she's just always, whenever the camera's on her, she's always grinning. And I get it. She's the champion. I get it. She's fought to be there. But I think in order to pull people in, you're going to have something more than that. And I just, like I said, the two champions on each shows, Bianca and her, to me, they are landing in the exact same spot.
The New Day came out as the new vicious Viking Raiders. They both looked great. I thought Kofi's was funnier to me. I struggled looking at Xavier Woods' beard, but Kofi's beard was way better. And, it was perfect. It was done exactly the way it is. And then they sent Shanky and Jinder Mahal after the Viking Raiders, and the Viking Raiders just went right through them.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a repackaging of the Viking Raiders. To me, it's just, I don't know. They still kind of resonate where they did. To me, it's a bit of an overly cartoonish, I
love the music.
Team. Yeah.
I love it.
But hey, we'll see, man. If we go away from TV PG, we might get the
USA said they're going away from TV.
Yeah, PG. Not Fox. Well, hey, maybe they shift brands and we get like an American badass version of the Viking Raiders. Maybe they ride Harleys now.
You never know. You never know. A disrespectful Lacey Evans refuses to battle Aaliyah. Lacey Evans leaning in, and she made it very clear, I laid my heart out for you. I told you about my life. It's all true. I may not be better than any of you in this ring, but you sure damn aren't better than me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like their decision to do this. I think she's doing a good job with it.
Oh, she's taking the ball and running with it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, Lacey Evans, initially on her first run, I thought her heel work was amazing. And I think she probably, maybe will do a slightly better job as a heel than a babyface, but just the packaging and that story that you gave her, I just don't agree with this decision.
When she used to call them nasties, I loved it. The only thing Lacey Evans has done that I just couldn't stand, and it wasn't her fault, was how she said Ric Flair got her pregnant.
Yeah.
You forgot about that, right?
But Ric Flair, I mean, you thought Ric Flair got you pregnant for a while.
Woo! I mean, the Nature Boy, who's going to be coming into the Wisconsin area. I feel like my joke on Dave's thread, David the Popcorn Night Hero, when he said, hey, this is what Ric Flair charges for meet and greets and photo ops and all that other stuff. I said, you got to be fair to Flair for fees. I feel like it went past a lot of people, and just maybe it's a dad joke, a wrestling dad joke. I don't know.
Well, hey, maybe you should show up and try to get alimony out of him.
Maybe. We'll have to see. Drew McIntyre defeats Ridge Holland, and this, you know what? I'm not interested in this Drew McIntyre versus the Brawling Brutes at all. We know it's Drew McIntyre is going to be at the Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, it's just, it's booking that where it's headed to, and it's just, it's kind of killing time. And this is where you feel like WWE really disrespects the intelligence of the fan. Because this is, you look at AEW's style in the matches they throw together each week on Dynamite, each week on Rampage, and we've got this this story that is so predictable, and it feels like filler in the fact that you know what the end game is.
Raw and SmackDown is filler.
Yeah,
literally the only thing that's entertaining to me on a regular level is the premium live events, pay-per-views, right? Raw and SmackDown, nothing that happens on those shows matters.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, they've done, I guess, for Money in the
Except
Bank.
For this.
They did a little bit better job, like with Money in the Bank, of not knowing, exactly the night after the last pay-per-view what you're going to get. But WWE's their plan for years, their business model has been, you've got a fresh show on the Raw after pay-per-view, and then every other TV after that, you are basically building to the next premium live event. And how many times, Meathead, are you going to get some variation of one of the Street Profits wrestling one of the Usos, or one of this tag team wrestling this tag team? It's just people are locked into this program and just so much filler.
Yep. Madcap Moss defeats Theory by disqualification. This was a match, actually. You know what? Quietly, Madcap Moss has really moved himself up the ladder.
Yeah, no, he has. And as he's broken away from Corbin, I mean, I think he is a viable threat. He's somebody that you got to watch out for. And I think maybe a future.
Remember, this guy started off in Raw After Dark.
Oh, that's right, didn't he?
He was Riddick Moss.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think this is somebody, you're right. It's kind of been underneath. It's kind of been quiet, but somebody that's slowly, kind of making their way.
So when Theory got declared that he was going to be the next undisputed WWE Universal Champion after the match, after he got himself disqualified, Sami Zayn emerged to take issue with his disrespect to the bloodline. Because Sami Zayn is an honorary Us who's wearing a sling for some reason. But the Usos joined the party. He made a run for it and then ran right into Moss post-match. And then it took us to the main event. It was going to be Angelo Dawkins defeating Jimmy Uso. The special guest referee was the main event segment. They were going to announce who's going to be the special guest referee, because remember, they pointed out at Money in the Bank, the Profits really didn't lose. Their shoulders were up. And then this match was done the exact same way, where technically Jimmy Uso didn't lose. His shoulder was up. So the special guest referee, I'm going to spell it out for you, Matthew, if you don't mind.
Yeah, how's it spelled? I'm not sure.
JEFF JARRETT. It just makes sense. Jeff Jarrett, a Nashville boy, will be the special guest referee, WWE Hall of Famer, the chosen one. Chosen one. Jeff Jarrett. Listen up, slap nuts.
You know what? I didn't expect it, but it drew me in. I'm interested in seeing how this pans out. And I'm interested because this is kind of out of left field. It's not somebody that has been involved with either of these teams. It's not somebody that you've really seen featured on WWE programming.
No, he's involved because it's Nashville is why he's involved.
Yeah. And so I like it. And I'm looking forward to and they had, Usos and Street Profits last pay-per-view, they had one of my favorite tag team matches in the last.
Oh, they're going to have a great match. Yeah, there's no denying that. It's just that the slow nonsense to get to them. Yeah. It's because they have such a thin roster, and they did that on purpose. They thinned out the roster on purpose.
Exactly.
So then we get the same damn matches every night.
So, I like the reveal, and does it excite me for the match a little bit more? I think so.
Chosen one. All right. He was the head of the NWO Silver. I don't know if you knew that.
You know what? I think at one point or another, everybody was in some variation of the NWO.
You know who wasn't in the NWO?
That would be, I'll tell you who wasn't in the NWO was The Undertaker.
Correct. Yep.
the only person in wrestling history.
I mean, because Goldust was in the NWO. I think Booker T was in the NWO. Shawn Michaels was in the NWO. Disco Inferno was in the NWO. Horace Hogan was in the NWO. So all those guys are in the NWO. I believe Brooklyn Brawler was in the NWO. But who's still NWO for life and he's selling autographs? Your man.
Why am I so confused now?
No, it's Vincent or Virgil.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. You can get a autographed picture with him or an autographed. I mean, it's going to cost you, but yeah, you can.
All right. Let's talk about Rampage from Friday night as well. Rampage, think about this. Just compare the two shows. And again, now we're comparing apples and pizza, right? They're really not the same thing. The only relation they have is they're both food. WWE's Smackdown for 2 hours versus Rampage for an hour. We got almost twice the action in the 1 hour of Rampage than we got in the 2 hours of Smackdown.
No, without that, because these were matches, these were storylines advanced, but it goes to when you have got a sufficient roster and you are, it's a simulated sport. And that's what I feel like we get with their product that I don't feel like we necessarily get with what WWE's doing.
All right. Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds took on the Kings of the Black Throne. So in the House of Black, when Malachi and Brody King team up, they're the Kings of the Black Throne, right? But otherwise, they're the House of Black when it's Buddy Matthews.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's the way it works in your House of Black handbook.
Johnny Hunky don't take no guff from Malachi Black. He goes right up to him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a likable character with the crowd, and anytime you get to see him in the ring, especially against somebody where he's a little bit of an underdog, man, he's definitely got that fondness from the crowd.
Yeah. Brody King gets the clutch for the Dante's Inferno and scores a victory. As the Kings of Black were leaving up the ramp, Darby Allin jumped off the top of the tunnel. Didn't even see him coming. They did great camera work on this one. So you didn't look up to see Darby jumping. All you saw was a body jumping through the air and literally landing in focus. I thought that was amazing.
No, great work on their part. And then
what about the Malachi and Sting stuff?
Yeah, that was something that I had no idea that so many people were going to like it that much, but my goodness,
the stare off, the back and forth. Yeah. They get closer, they get back.
Apparently, apparently, there's money in Sting and Malachi Black.
And Sting is just, I heard an interview with JR and Shivani over the weekend, and they're talking about Sting. Sting's in his 60s, right? Yeah. He said he's having the time of his life, and he doesn't have to do a lot, but now he wants to jump off of stuff.
Yeah. So, well, hey, this has been a very, very good run, and he's been used appropriately, and just a textbook example of how to use somebody in such a run.
The Redeemer Miro asked the question, did you send the House of Black to destroy the Redeemer or to recruit me? Ooh.
He doesn't seem like a House of Black guy. Miro is a Miro guy.
He is a Miro guy, and he's in business for Miro. ROH World Championship match. Again, here's my I love ROH, and I can't stand what they're doing here because now I was watching Rampage, and poof, there goes Rampage, and now we're watching Ring of Honor. Lee Moriarty taking on the ROH World Champion, Jonathan Gresham, and he's got Tully Blanchard Enterprises with him. Did you see the members of Tully Blanchard Enterprises? Not only the Tully Blanchard, the Gates of Agony, Khan and Toa Leona, and a returning machine, Brian Cage. Who better than Brian Cage?
Yeah, and I like this.
Former FTW champion.
Yeah, and Brian Cage is a star, so hopefully this will be a new vehicle, a new avenue for him to really rise to the top. But this match, I thought, stole the show. I thought this was an excellent match.
Caprice Coleman on commentary. I forget the ring announcer's name as well. Again, it's taken over by Ring of Honor. I'm watching Rampage to watch Rampage, not Ring of Honor. But needless to say, Jonathan Gresham wins. What this really builds towards is the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli's music hit, and he walked out onto the ramp. Apparently, it's going to be a world title match at Death Before Dishonor. Castagnoli taking on Jonathan Gresham for the ROH World Heavyweight Championship.
You know what? There's a lot of people that would pay money to see Castagnoli wrestle, and I think they're doing a good job by using him this way.
And I think this might be a title change.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That is a stud. That is out of every.
How odd would that be that the Blackpool Combat Club would have two ROH titles? Because currently, Wheeler Yuta is the pure champion.
Forbidden Door.
Yeah. Hey, backstage with words for Jay Lethal is my man, your friend and ours, Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel. He doesn't look retired to me, does he?
No, not at all. And I think if you asked him, he would say that he's not. And He's proud to have helped you cement that PWR Draft win a few years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you to the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. Unfortunately, his eye still hasn't healed yet. And that was from a kick to the head. I forget. It happened during AEW. I just don't remember who.
Was it that Bucks match? Was it that bloody Bucks match?
Yeah, I think it was that Bucks match during the COVID era.
Yeah.
So, hopefully Christopher Daniels heals up at some point. Chris Statlander and the Fallen Goddess Athena take on Charlotte and Robin Renegade. Twins, Matthew. Twins.
Hey, we've seen that before, and I think there's going to be an A&E biography on former set of twins.
Oh, you never know. Hey, the Gun Club were in the ring to explain their actions against the Acclaimed. And then Bones and Caster, not here to rap, here to fight. Look at that. So now we've clearly got the Acclaimed is a face team now with the Guns or the Ass Boys as a heel team. And Billy said, you know what? I've treated you great. I've even treated you better than my sons. And then they start fighting.
Yeah, I mean, Acclaimed, I think, is a huge tag team. I think they could have done this without turning the Ass Boys heel. I mean, I think people want to cheer the Ass Boys. I think
they should have went longer, honestly.
Yeah, because I mean, come on, man. Like, we didn't even get a proper Scissor Me Daddy Ass shirt. Like, that would be a huge seller.
Even Billy said, "Scissor me, daddy ass." Nope. Fight time. Main event: Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn with Jose the Assistant and Andrade El Idolo took on the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix and Penta Oscuro with Alex QVC Abrahantes. I've been practicing his last name.
Yeah, you did.
Now. Matthew, the Private Party were doing the bidding of Andrade El Idolo due to the Andrade family office. That whole thing is so convoluted. Just get rid of the damn family office and let's move on.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. Get rid of that and get rid of the whole trying to steal a mask gimmick. You know, I think both of those have kind of run their course in AEW. Yep.
Roosh also ran out as well. Literally just give me a team, a little group between Alex the Assistant or Jose the Assistant, excuse me, Roosh and Andrade, and I'm good for there.
No, absolutely.
That was night 2 of Fyter Fest. We're going to get night 3 this Wednesday on Dynamite at the Gas South Arena in Duluth, Georgia. It's not, Atlanta, Georgia, where Bill Goldberg beat Hulk Hogan in front of 30,000+ people, which we watched an A&E documentary, Goldberg, last night. I haven't finished watching it yet, but Matthew, have you got it in yet? Have you watched any of it?
Not yet. I've got to watch that, but I'm really impressed with the job they did last week, and I look forward to seeing some more offerings from A&E and WWE. They do a good job when they combine their skill set.
Haven't got there yet, but I believe Rivals is supposed to be Undertaker and Kane as the next one. So, again, we'll talk about it coming up tomorrow. So, for Matthew Thomas, for Linda Kay, who's apparently on the taking a ride on the wild side with an unskinny bop. And, she loves rock and roll and, rock it. Yeah. I'm the man they call Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.